Hello, deformed tank fans. Crickets chirping. Yeah, if you thought deformed cars were a rare part of collecting, deformed tanks is even rarer than deformed cars. Anyways, I picked this up loose locally. It's a T-34 tank. This is the main medium tank by the Russians or the Soviet Union in World War II. And also the most mass-produced tank as well. I'm reading Wikipedia here, so let's see. Let's just start off here. It started service in 1940 and is still presently used. I did not know that. In 39 countries have used or are using this tank, so that's pretty crazy. Let's see. They built over 80,000 T-34 variants. So it's the most popular, mass-produced. But over half of those were destroyed. So it's also the most destroyed tank in the war. So I don't know where this is from, but that looks like a really modern picture. It weighed around 30 tons. Well, 26 to 31 tons, depending on what you consider a ton. It started off with like a 3-inch cannon. And then the armor, the thickest armor is in the turret. It's 60 millimeters. So over 2 inches. And then it's powered by a V12 diesel engine making around 500 horsepower, and it has a power to weight ratio of around 19 horsepower per ton, and then it can go 33 miles per hour. So interesting to learn about the real world by collecting toys, and this is definitely a toy, being a ChoroQ. So it's casting number 4 in this combat Choro. Oh, this is a Chibikko combat Choro. So this isn't even a full-size Choro. Interesting. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. That's what this motor and all that stuff, the tires are smaller than normal. So I did not know they had Chibikko tanks. So this is even rarer than a regular Choro tank. Really obscure stuff I find in these used toy shops. Alright, well you can see, obviously just blanked off treads. It's really, really blanked off. Like it's so close to the the wheels, it looks ridiculous, but at least they put some green into the wheels here. And then you got the drooping track, and then you got some probably fuel tanks here, and they're pretty well detailed. You can see some nice texture here in the engine vents, so very good. The turret, as you saw, spins around, and unfortunately the gun doesn't go up and down. It seems to be rigid. Alright, and then also the way they mold these things. This is supposed to be a machine gun right here, but they just extruded it upwards because the molds came up, so you can't have air underneath it. Maybe that's a headlight, the hatch there. Yeah, it's standard construction with a screw and a tab there. Let's see how old this is. Yeah, I'm kind of jumping all over the place here, sorry. 2003, so 20 years old, this toy. Doesn't seem to be too abused though. Whoever owned it didn't really play with it. But definitely some scratches and stuff like on that label. These are supposed to be the exhausts. Okay, so I guess that's it. Not much to it. Let's see if the motor still works. Yeah, wow, that thing did like a burnout. Maybe the tires are getting hard. Yeah, that's probably it. They do feel kind of hard, these rubber tires. Okay, let's see what other tanks I got. So the German equivalent would have been the Panzer IV. I guess this is their German medium tank. This is casting number 2, and it also is a Chibikko. I didn't even realize that when I reviewed it, or maybe I did. It's been so long since I reviewed it. I don't know. I highly doubt these are to scale. ChoroQ doesn't care about scaling. They're just trying to fit the motors. Alright, so this is also a Chibikko, which I didn't realize. So I guess they're all Chibikkos. This is, the King... This is the Tiger 1. This is my favorite tank the Germans had. This thing weighed like 60, 70 tons. I think it's not 60 tons, so twice as much as a T-34, and this is a heavy tank, whereas a Panzer is a medium tank, so... Alright, well, at least Choro got the Tiger 1 to be bigger. Here's a German troop transporter, although it's missing an axle. It's supposed to be a 6-wheeler, and this is called a Sturmkrupp. Wait a second. Good thing they write what's on the bottom of these things. Sorry, I don't have 3 hands. Can't focus. A Krupp Protzi. Krupp Protz. Alright. And then the last one, this is a really old one from like 1983 or something. Yeah. This is a Panzer IV also, but you can see this has the giant tires, so this is a standard size ChoroQ motor in this one, and then you can actually see why it's so much bigger than all of them, because it's I guess the standard size tank, whereas these are all Chibikkos. I don't know if this is probably a standard size one too, but yeah, so we have two different lines of military combat Choros, Chibikkos and the normal ones. It seems like the Chibikkos are nicer. You know, look at the paint on these things and all the extra markings. Whereas these two side ones seem to be a bit plainer. They literally have stickers, but they're from an earlier time, I guess. Okay, well, yeah, interesting to learn about this stuff. So we'll see you again whenever I get another one of these combat Choros in. Take care.